Hey guys, it's Rachel or Dolly Discourse, and today I'm going to be doing a really exciting video which I've kind of wanted to do since I started my channel. I think this is also going to be pretty popular because these guys are obviously really popular right now. So today I'm going to be bringing you my Monster High collection video. Monster High is an extremely special brand to me because I've been collecting them since literally 2010 when they first came out. My first doll was a Frankenstein doll, and they are what made me an adult collector, definitely. So I'm going to be sharing my story with each individual doll that you see, why I have them, maybe why they're in box versus out of box, and just kind of talking about what led me to my collection. So yeah, quick disclaimer, they're in like several different sections of my room. Here's a quick pan of like the doll areas of my room, so I'll have to be going to each of these individual sections separately, and I'll try to keep it concise, but yeah, they're kind of spread out. Another disclaimer, I am an adult and I bought these with my own money, and it took a lot of years and patience to get to where it is. So, oh yeah, also the eBay prices were not as bad as they are now when I got some of them too. So keep that in mind, but other than that, let's enjoy this collection. So starting here, this is my bookshelf, which has actually been completely taken over by collectibles, as it happens when you're a doll collector, but I have 6 box dolls here. So this is Serena Von Boo. I got her on like my 14th birthday, I think, from like Big Lots, and she was on sale, and that was when I was starting to keep dolls in box. That was because I just really realized I enjoyed how they were displayed that way. I just thought they looked so much cooler and amazing in this position because Mattel slays with the box design, so that's the main reason I wanted to keep them in box. Here was another one that I got back from Target when it was literally in stores, and this was literally on clearance for like $12.70 at Target. I literally miss those days so much, but yeah, Cast of Fierce is one of my favorite in-box displays. Looks so good, and I love witches and Halloween stuff, so she's one of my favorite dolls too. Next we have Gigi Grant. This was an eBay acquisition a couple years after Monster High had already died, but she was literally like $20, $25, something like that. Yeah, like I said, the eBay prices used to be just normal. Now they're just ridiculous, but I was glad I got her because I'd always wanted this character, and I never found her in stores, and I was like actually collecting in 2013. And maybe I did, but I didn't have money, so. Okay. Up here, we have my complete, in my opinion, Great Scarier Wreath collection because I only collect the first signatures of characters usually, unless I find one I really like. So these are the only 3 Great Scarier Wreath dolls I actually even wanted. So she was just from Target. Perry and Pearl were also from Target. I have a good memory with this one because I was buying, this is so specific, I was buying like a Panic at the Disco CD, and because that CD was also expensive, I came just a little bit short in money, and my dad just went ahead and paid for her for me. So my dad was definitely a supporter of my collection. At the time I was like 15 or 16 years old, which is a bit too, well, not too old obviously, but older than what one considers normal to buy dolls, and my dad still understood what it was like to be a collector, so he supported it. That was very nice. Calla Mary was the last one I got, and she is from eBay more recently, but she never really got very expensive on eBay. This one remained pretty easy to find. So yeah, that was how I was able to finish my Great Scary Wreath collection, and I really like the way they're displayed in box. So while I'm talking about box dolls, I figured I'd go over here to my floating shelves and talk about these 5 over here. I also have stories with these, so I'm gonna get up real quick. So Freak du Chic Twyla is literally one of my favorite Monster High dolls ever made, and she definitely is my favorite Twyla. A lot of the Twylas aren't that cute, but this one is so cool. And yeah, I got her literally at Target for the normal price when she was out. I'm so lucky, and it was the same day that I got my Serena Von Boo doll because that was my birthday, and for my birthday I went doll shopping, so love her. River Styx I also got at Target when she was out, and she was on clearance for about $10. Literally so lucky. Once again, how cool would it be to have some $10 Monster High dolls on shelves again? Like, amazing. And we have these 3 sort of older in-box dolls, and these all are eBay acquisitions because at the time these were out, I only collected like signature characters and I didn't get any extras, so I basically like went back and filled out some gaps in my collection of in-box dolls that I wanted and that I decided I liked. So Ghoul's Wool Frankie is one of my favorite Frankies because she looks so goth. This is one of the most edgy Monster High dolls they actually even ever made, in my opinion. So her box display is everything. I really love this one. It's such a classic. Next we have Ghouls Night Out Spectra. She's sort of a random one, but I've always just liked her. I think it's her dark lipstick and just overall aesthetic. I really just was attracted to this doll. Found her on eBay for like $20, $25 maybe. And I was like, I'm gonna snag that because I just want her in my collection. Similar story with Scarily Ever After, Threadarella. I'm so obsessed with this line. I really want the whole line because look at this freaking display. Like, this is genius. It's a work of art. I really like the way she's displayed in box. The doll herself, obviously, I also love, but I couldn't bring myself to take this one out ever. Amazing. So these are these 5. So then on top of my desk, used to be obstructed by OMG dolls, but I took them down to show you that I have Gouliopie Jellington, who is obviously iconic for being the first 18-inch Monster High doll, or 17, big. She's the first big Monster High doll, and this is super exciting of a story because I won this doll in a giveaway on Tumblr. I used to be really active in the Monster High Tumblr community before Tumblr went a little bit downhill. My blog name is Defright, by the way, if anyone ever followed it. Yeah, I still go on there every so often, but there's not much of a community there anymore. But basically, someone did a classic doll giveaway, and I just entered and won. It's pretty much the only giveaway I've ever won. So yeah, she was free. So really special. And then we have the gorgeous, iconic Adult Collector Draculaura from 2014. This is legit the best adult collector they made, like in my opinion, period. Like maybe some of the Skulllectors are a little better, but no, this was better. This is like so much better than the other like Collector Abby and Collector Escalita they made. Ew, I don't like those at all because they're reboot dolls. This was everything. Like even, I'm gushing, but like they don't even make this quality of outfit anymore, not even on the Skulllectors. Just saying. So I literally bought her on Amazon back when she was just like normal price. And it actually even less because she was on sale. So she was like $30 plus tax and shipping. Wow, definitely one of the best Monster High dolls in my collection. Yeah. So the last dolls I have in my collection are my out-of-box dolls here in this little display. I'm going to take them out one shelf at a time and put them on my desk to talk about them so I don't have to awkwardly show them in this display with like the wood blocking them or with me in the mirror in the background or anything. So I'll see you on my desk. So the first shelf I'm going to highlight is obviously these iconic ghouls, which is the main 5 girls. Frankie Stein, one of the most special dolls because she is my first Monster High doll. I remember specifically going to Target at age like 10 or 11 and wanting something that was a little bit more for older kids and being like really excited because I had done some research on the brand and I was already getting attached to the characters. So I brought my $16, $17 and I bought this Frankie. That was like a really special memory. Even then, I took pretty good care of her because I played with her with my sister, but I felt like it was different than my Barbies, so I just like kept her in good condition. Yeah, I like brushed her hair all the time and stuff. I'm like, this is different. Like, I have to treat these right. Like, it was really like an attachment that I had to them like from day one. So these are so special. Next, we have my original Draculaura. This was so random because I bought her at Claire's. Remember when the Claire's used to have Monster High dolls? And I was like on vacation in Palm Springs and like my parents had told me and my sister that they had like outlet malls and like good shopping in Palm Springs. And I'm like, I hope I get a Monster High doll. And I did. And it was like, I was having trouble finding Draculaura in like Target and stuff. So that was super lucky because if I hadn't, I don't know if I ever would have gotten an original Draculaura. Yeah, her rubber bands have obviously been replaced. And all their hair is dusty. Forgive me. Then we have original Laguna. This is another one my sister and I had trouble finding. Yeah, by the way, my sister used to collect these with me. We were both kids and we used to play with them together. And then she grew up and actually grew out of dolls like a normal person, but I never grew out of dolls. So eventually I got the ones that she had bought and then I just kept growing my collection. So that was like a good deal for me because I got her dolls. But yeah, Laguna was one of the ones that she had bought. I still remember which ones were like hers. But yeah, we bought this at a Target, again, in Palm Springs. We were like, we could never find this at our local Target. We were lucky to find it in Palm Springs, so that was a good memory. Claudine, the iconic. Another one that we had trouble finding in like regular Targets and stuff, but my grandma ended up getting this for me as a gift. Don't know where she got it, but I think she just ordered it online. And again, thank God, because if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would even have original Claudine, because we couldn't really find her most of the time. And then, of course, everyone's fave zombie, the original Ghoulia. This is another one that wasn't that hard to find back in the day. Like, I'm pretty sure the Targets were like always stocked with her. I don't think she was the most popular one. Yeah. Unfortunately, her headband and glasses have been replaced with replacement pieces. There was an incident with my dog back when he was new, when he still would chew things, and he got into my room and chewed her stand and her accessories. So that was really sad. But the doll remains in good condition. And one day when the price is right, I'll replace her headband and glasses with like the actual OG ones. So next I'm going to talk about this shelf of iconic ghouls. This is like the next few waves of signature characters. So here we have Abby Abominable. Nobody does it like her. I used to really want her, and me and my sister could never find her at Target. She was pretty hard to find when her Inspector came out. And I never ended up finding her, but my sister and mom got her somehow, maybe online, and they got her for me for my birthday. So very special. Here's Shiver. And then Spectra. Spectra was one of my sisters at the time. I was an Abby girl. She was the Spectra girl. And she bought her online, I think, Amazon or something like that. Because we also couldn't really find her in stores. This, like, OG Spectra with the actual chains is, like, insane. Mattel, like, simply does not do that anymore. And the translucent limbs, so cool. I really loved when they did, like, monster-y stuff like that. And obviously gorgeous, like, everyone knows Spectra's gorgeous. So here's the iconic Nephra. This doll is so neat because she was one of the first ones I have that I remember, like, going really high up in value, like on eBay, like even before the monster high prices raised. She like was $100 on eBay for some reason. Not that I ever want to sell her, but I just got her at a random Target in a different part of California when I was visiting like cousins and stuff. I remember when she came out, her Tourline operetta, and I was like, gotta get this wave 3, and I was like, yes. She obviously is one of the best on the tall mold, just like queen behavior, and like a real bitch. Like, this is a super villain. And then speaking of which, I also had operetta at one point, found her at a Target randomly. Me and my sister literally never found Toralei. So we got these two, we never found Toralei. And to this day, Toralei is one of those signatures that I'm missing in my collection. I feel like I need her. I feel like I have every signature that came out like when Monster High was releasing them, except Toralei. So I'm definitely on the hunt for that, but of course she is hard to find because a lot of people also had trouble finding her. Then we have the eco-punk goddess. Definitely smokes weed. Venus Flytrap. She was a mine, and my sister and I keep mentioning her because we really did collect together. Like, we were in this together. We remember when these like first came out, these two new characters together, her and Rebecca, and we were literally at a random Kmart, I think. Remember when Kmart would randomly have gems? And we found these like brand new Venus and Rebecca that had like just been released. Yeah, very lucky. So I got the Venus, that was my favorite. And then she got the Rebecca. Rebecca's so cool, and honestly, she's like really surprisingly important. Like, she and Hezekiah always come up in the Monster High lore, so that's neat. Then we have the Beauteous. Wow, mine's bangs are perfect. She has glue seepage and stuff, but I'm just like not touching her hair. Rochelle. My sister got this one like online. There's this random website that used to sell Monster High dolls for a good price. Don't remember what it was, but yeah, she is beautiful. I also have the counterpart. Who remembers that Jackson came out at the same time as her? I have that one. I'll get to him in a second. So yeah, these are some of the most beloved waves of characters ever released. So the next shelf is a pretty fun assortment, kind of random. So here we have one of my faves, which is C.A. Cupid. Her design blows me away because she managed to be like cute and fun while also being like pretty hardcore with her bone wings. Yeah, that's cool. So this is like the re-release version of Cupid where she was in her normal, like the standard character box. So this wasn't like the Sweet 1600 release. I don't know why they had two, but the main difference I think is her hairstyle was just like a little bit less perfect. So it came not as like coiffed. I think one day I might want the original one, like new in box. But for now, this Cupid is fine with me. I also got her like on Amazon, like around the same time my sister got that Spectre on Amazon. Then we have someone I'm very excited to discuss, Holt Hyde, probably one of my favorite Monster High boys ever made. And yeah, he was one of the original. He didn't fit on the same shelf as my original girls, but he did come out around the same time. So if anyone remembers, it was like 8 originals total. It was like the girls, and there was the 2-pack with Deuce, and him and Gulia, and that made 8 total. And he was pretty easy to find. I remember him like always being there on Target shelves when me and my sister were looking for like Laguna, Claudine, stuff like that we couldn't find. He was always there. We're like, oh, another Holt, another Holt. Now he's so expensive. So glad I have him. His design is everything. He has a piercing, like, let's stop. Like, they don't even put piercings on dolls that much anymore. Like, he's everything. Have him displayed with his little chameleon. And then, of course, I had to have him next to the original Jackson Jekyll. This is one of my sisters, but we were really, really excited when Jackson got his own release. Like, you know, when we had all the characters in the show, we'd always, like, hope that they all got their own release. And he'd only had a Gloom Beach version, but me and my sister really wanted him to have, like, a regular, everyday version. And so this was super exciting. Saw him at a Target, snagged him, and I'm not sure if we ever found him again. Like, it's really hard to get boy dolls sometimes. Not in his case, but in his case, he was pretty hard to find on shelves. Have both their chameleons there. Love. Moving back here, we have Miss Howleen in my favorite hairstyle of hers, her original little orange afro. Hold on, she's not focusing. This is a pretty good memory I have, actually, because she did come in the 2-pack with her sister, of course, but at the time I only wanted the signature characters, so I didn't want to buy the whole 2-pack just for her, but my mom and my whole family actually went to Target after we sold our house. Like, we used to live in the Bay Area. We sold our house and we're moving to LA, right? And my mom buys this set for me, and she's like, you know what, you don't have to pay me back because I just got a little bit richer, right? So I got this as a gift for my mom after we sold our house. And I used to have the Claudine, but one thing led to another. She got chewed up by my dog. I was gonna like customize her or something, but yeah, she's gone now. Trash. But the Howleen's in perfect condition. And speaking of the Wolf family, Claude, my sister and I also only wanted him out of the 2-pack. Now, looking back, I really like that Draculaura, but it's okay, it's too late. We bought the 2-pack and then we sold the Draculaura on eBay, and we kept the Claude because we only wanted the OG characters, so I'm fine with it. I'm still glad I have him. And then another boy. This shelf that they're on is like a little bit taller than the other shelves so the boys can fit. Yeah, Nathan Rott. He's a little bit controversial. Some people call him ugly, and some people call him Nathan Hot. I'm inclined to call him hot. I don't think he's ugly. I think his face structure is like pretty attractive, but other than that, he's pretty simple. He's one of the ones I got near the tail end of me like actually playing with them, so I kind of regret almost like not just leaving him in box. I think he would look good with my Serena Von Boob if they're both in box, but I wasn't sure at the time that I wanted to do that, so it's fine. I still got to enjoy him, and I'm glad I have him. Then we have Jane Doolittle. I feel like she's underrated. I actually like this character. She's just like me because she's shy and she loves animals, so that's literally me. I have an animal science degree, so yeah, I love sloths. So she's pretty cool, and her box was really pretty, and her skin tone and face sculpt is also really pretty. So yeah. Oh, I think I got her also like in Illinois when I was visiting family because, like I said, my family doesn't really go to Walmart, and she was a Walmart exclusive, so ew, nobody likes Walmart exclusives. But yeah, here's the shelf. And last but not least, we have the bottom shelf. Okay, so I didn't want to relegate all of these people to the bottom, but there is a reason. So next up we have Elizabeth. I love Elizabeth because she's one of the only Monster High characters that actually leaned into the goth style. Her appearance is actually goth, and you really can't say that about almost any other dolls. Yeah, what a cutie. Looks similar to Draculaura, but not too much that you think they're just like being lazy. I honestly would like to have her in box one day because I like the front camera action boxes, and then I would have her and then the rest of the movie characters, which I am missing, and I could have those together. That would be great. Then we have Caddy Noir. This is one of the most deluxe dolls. I remember after taking her out, I was like, that was the most difficult unboxing I've ever had to do for a Monster High doll. Lots of ties, because, you know, she was posed really well. And she's on this horrific, like, straddle stand thing, but I understand why it had to be done. We love Caddy. I like a Boo York, and I like her character arc in that, so yeah, she's cool for being like a Friday the 13th release and one of the Popstar releases, but she's also just random. Yeah, I had to have some like random dolls on the bottom shelf because they didn't really match the other people. Next, I have my two scariest new characters. I would love to have a Katrine one day. Oh my god, I absolutely love Katrine, but she was a Walmart exclusive. Like, again, are you kidding me? I never went to Walmart as a kid, so didn't get her, but I'm on the lookout. Regardless, I have Jennifer Long, who I love, and Skelita Calaveras, who I love in concept, but to be real with y'all, I don't like this doll that much. She kind of just pisses me off because of her quality. Unfortunately, I've always had trouble with her. Like, the material she's made out of is like this cheap plastic, and she doesn't stand well in a stand. And that's like all her pieces are just like bad quality. It's really unfortunate because I love the concept of her. I love the fact that they made a skeleton and that she's Mexican. Like, she's beautiful. That's one thing they did right. But at the end of the day, I think I'd rather have her specifically and maybe both of these girls in box because I do really like the movie boxes. I think they just look better that way. No offense to out-of-box collectors. I obviously feel you. I'm literally the same sometimes, but the Monster High boxes really killed it for me. And then I'm so sorry to put these two last because they are original, but Deuce's snakes could only fit on my bottom shelf. That is the reason they're on the bottom shelf. So we have the original iconic 2-pack of Deuce and Cleo. This was one of my sisters, like her first ones, I think. My Cleo was wonky as heck. She definitely had wonk issues back in the day, and it's one of those things I didn't even notice till like 6 years later. So it's not the end of the world. That's part of her charm, and she's still sassy as ever. Then Deuce, stoning us as we speak. Yeah. He has a bit of issues these days. His legs have gotten loose, his pants won't stay upright, but he is a great design. Still love these two. It's a shame that Monster High keeps breaking them up, but we'll talk about the reboot another time. Okay, so I filmed an outro before remembering that I didn't show you guys my Skeletor dolls, which is silly of me because they're some of my faves, especially Miss Greta Gremlin. The only reason I don't have them out on display is because of these doors making it highly inconvenient. I think I would have put them on my floating shelves or on my desk if it weren't for these doors. Yeah, I really don't know what to do about them. So they're honestly like in a corner of my room. They're not like in storage, but they're just sitting in a corner of my room, so I forgot to show you. But yeah, I have Greta Gremlin. And I also have the Beetlejuice set. One of the most expensive doll purchases I've ever made because of how much they totaled to, like over $100. But you gotta do it for the Skelectors. You're gonna pay scalper prices. There's no other option. I really like the Skelectors, and I wish they were easier to get and more accessible. And I have Dracula on the way, hypothetically, if Dracula ever ships. So, and that is the final shelf of my Monster High doll collection. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's not complete, but I think that's a good thing. It makes it more fun and interesting to see, like, I think which dolls I may have picked and which ones I didn't pick. I'm really proud of my signature dolls. I feel like I have most of the signatures that were released, besides some of the movie characters I'm missing, and then like Toralei and some other one-odd characters. But other than that, I am proud of my collection, and Monster High is great. And thank you for watching, and comment below if you like Monster High, and screw it, comment your thoughts on the G3 reboot, because we gotta talk about that too, right? But thanks for watching, bye!